We are here today with Brett Rutecky. Brett, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me.
Great having you back here. It's that time again. We've got a new product that we're coming out with, and as I do all the time, I don't pretend that I don't know about it when you come on the show here. But I'm really excited about this one, Brett. I know that you've put a ton of effort into it, thousands of hours of coding, and you're actually using this in your own business, which I know in this internet marketing world is sometimes, unfortunately, a surprise. I'm going to bring us into this by reading off the headline and let you tell us all about this and how you came up with it. It says here on the sales page, any marketer wanting to maximize email profits while minimizing costs and risk, seven-figure marketer finally reveals the exact software he uses to drive unheard of email rates, clicks, and profits without ever paying monthly fees for email services. So, Brett, bring us into this. What's this all about, and why should we be excited?
Okay, well, let me rewind a little bit. See, when I first got started in my business, I didn't really know. We all know that you need a list. I'm not going to get into that because I hope we all know that you need a list. You should build a list. You should be trying to get a list. I mean, we use email primarily for our marketing. This is one of the main sources that we use for traffic. It's one of the main sources we use to make money. Whether you're just getting started or whether you're well established, you need a way to send emails, period. That's all there is to it, or else you're going to have a really hard time in this industry. Okay, so when I first got started in my business back in 2014 is when I went full time. Honestly, I didn't have a lot of money. So I started looking around for different ways to send emails. And one of the cheapest ways that I found was MailChimp. They were actually free for a while. I could use them for free for a little bit. And then after you send after you build up a little bit more of a list, it was like 19 or 20 bucks a month. And that was pretty much all I can afford. So that's what I went with. And I thought that was fine. It was like 20 bucks a month. I didn't have a big list, but I was making some money. So that was fine. And then one day I logged into my MailChimp account and I was shut down, completely shut down. There was just a big red thing, like a account violation or something like that. And it said, our automated system omnivore detected suspicious activity with your account. And I'm like, first of all, I was like, wow, this automated system. I'm like, well, thank you for that. You just shut me down based on like some automated software determines whether or not I get to, keep my list and keep my business. I love that. But there was an email address underneath. MailChimp didn't have any phone support. I don't think they still do, but they had no phone support. So there was an email address and it said, go ahead and email us and we'll give you more information and come up with a resolution or whatever. So that's what I did. I sent them an email. That was 2014. I still haven't gotten a response from them.
Do you have any idea, like, you must have been, like, spamming everyone with links to adult websites or something, like, what was going on?
I only send to people that opt in. I mean, because honestly, I've obviously since 2014 till now became a good, well-respected marketer. I'm a respected person in this industry. I didn't get that way being a spammer, being a jerk, sending people things that they don't want. So, I mean, the proof is I could say I wasn't spamming people. I wasn't, doing anything wrong. I wasn't sending crap links or anything like that. And saying it is one thing, but the fact that I've become a well-respected person is honestly the proof that I wasn't. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was being a good, decent marketer. They just shut me down. It's just automated platform. Like it just somehow it triggered this automated system that like looks over people's accounts, triggered, bam, shut me down. That's it. Oh, can you help me? Oh, they don't even answer me. And I was thinking to myself, like, I'm paying you guys monthly for this, and like, you don't even have a phone for me to call. Like, you just shut me down, and that's not good. Because really, when you're in the internet marketing business, I mean, if you can't send emails, that's it. You're done. You're out of business. So, I mean, I was like heartbroken. My business was gone, right? Overnight. I woke up one morning, I went to send an email, and I realized I didn't have a business anymore. Fortunately, I've been saving backups on my list. Okay, I always back up my list. I mean, I'm a nerd. I'm a computer programmer. I've got backups of my backups. Okay, so I had a backup of my list. So I started searching around. I started looking for somewhere where I can upload my list. I found out really quickly that a lot of these systems don't allow you to upload a list. They won't let you. If you have an existing list, too bad. You can't upload it. Finally, I found Aweber. Aweber was letting me upload a list. It was right around the time when they just started list imports. So they let me upload my list. I uploaded my list to them. They filtered out about 30% of my list. No explanation, no reason why.
So 30% of your business was gone.
Yeah, 30% was gone. They didn't give me an explanation and give me a reason why. They just said, okay, you can't upload these people. Why? Well, we're not going to tell you. I know that they're good emails because I'd been emailing these people with MailChimp. I know there were people that wanted my emails because they had been clicking my links, but AWeber just said, oh, too bad, you can't put them in our system. Okay. At the time, I wasn't too worried about that. I mean, I was kind of like, oh, that sucks and that's BS, but hey, I'm not really in a position to argue because, otherwise I have no business. I guess having 70% of my business is better than having 0% of my business. So I just went along with it and started building up my list again, started doing my marketing, started doing my thing using AWeber. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if you remember, this was in 2015, just craziness started happening. All of a sudden bounces started happening and people weren't getting your emails, and AWeber was just having this humongous problem. And I started thinking about the issues that I was having. I had people canceling my accounts, people telling me I can't upload my subscribers. I had huge bounce issues randomly, if it would happen and it would be fixed and then it would happen again. And it all centered around one thing. It all centered around the fact that I was relying on somebody else to send my emails. See, I realized that when I use a third party, when I use someone like AWeber or MailChimp, and I'm not picking on these platforms, they're just the systems that I used, I realized that when I use them, what I'm doing is I'm paying them a high monthly fee. I'm paying them monthly to give them complete control over my business. They can shut me down anytime they want. Just say, you're out of business, done. They can take my subscribers away anytime they want. They can refuse to allow me to load my customers and refuse to allow me to email my customers without explanation. And if they have a problem, if they have an issue, I have a problem, even if I'm doing things the right way. And it just occurred to me, I was like, email is the most important part of my business. Why am I putting it all in somebody else's hands and giving them complete control? I mean, me and you are friends. We've worked together. I wouldn't give you my bank account numbers.
Really?
Because, right? I wouldn't give you complete control over my business. Why am I giving it to somebody that doesn't even care about me?
Yeah.
That I'm just one of a million subscribers to. Why would I give them complete control of my business? So I realized, I was like, well, I'm a programmer. I know how to send emails. I know how to do it with a program. Why don't I just build a platform to start sending emails? So that's what I did. And I created Mailit, the Mailit WordPress plugin. Mailit was initially a WordPress plugin, and I built it, and we sold it, and I've been using it for 2 years, and I was sending out all my emails with Mailit for just about 2 years. And the problem was with that, it was a good system, it's a good platform, it's stable, and it still works very well, but there were features that people wanted that just really weren't practical for WordPress. When you write a plugin, you're kind of constrained by the limitations of WordPress. You're working in the WordPress environment, and that kind of puts some harsh.
You kind of escaped. You escaped the autoresponders a little bit, but you were still constricted by WordPress. There, you didn't have full control.
Yeah, exactly. Escaped the autoresponders. I had a system to send out my own emails, but using the fact that I had built a WordPress plugin meant that I had some restrictions because now I was restricted by the fact that it was a WordPress plugin. And so I thought, okay, well, why don't I go ahead and build a cloud-based platform? A cloud-based system that allows people to mail from their own domains, their own hosting, their own SMTP relays with their Gmail accounts, pretty much their own unique system that is cloud-based, that doesn't have those restraints, that can have all the features that people wanted, and that after using the plugin for 2 years myself, I realized that I actually want it as well.
You mentioned that first attempt at creating a solution for this, the Mailit plugin, and there's obviously today we're talking about the MyMailit cloud-based system. Talk to us a little bit about the differences between these two there. You kind of alluded to it, but I just want to make sure we understand the differences because it's kind of interesting why you called it MyMailit.
Yeah, I called it MyMailit because when I first started building it, I was just going to use it myself. I was going to make the cloud-based system, and it was just going to be on my site, and I was just going to use it on myself. And it was actually called MyMailit because that's what it was. It was MyMailit. So Mailit is the plugin that everybody had and everybody used, and I was going to make a special version just for myself and call it MyMailit. But then I realized that's kind of kind of dick, like to build a better version for myself and not let other people have it. I mean, that's kind of stupid, right?
Yeah.
So
It's not very nice of you, Brett.
What's that?
It's not very nice of you.
No, that wouldn't be very nice. But the name stuck. I kept the name because it was still. I kept the name because I liked it. I thought it was clever. Maybe it's not. I'm not good at being clever, but fortunately, I'm good at writing software. So the new features that are in MyMailit are some of the things that actually I realized that I needed and that other people had been saying that they wanted as well. So, for example, you can schedule emails. You couldn't originally schedule emails for future dates. You can now schedule emails. Their country requires double opt-in. Maybe there's a government law requiring double opt-in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the plugin didn't have double opt-in. When people opt in, they were on your list. And I thought, okay, well, that's fine. They opted in, they're on your list. I didn't realize that certain countries require double opt-in. So now MyMailit, the cloud-based version, has double opt-in features. It has full sequencing. And that's actually something that I originally didn't do. I didn't do sequence emails. I didn't have follow-up sequences. But then I moved in and my business changed, and I wanted to send follow-up sequences. So the cloud-based version now has full sequencing, which means you can send an email. When somebody opts in, you can have a schedule of emails that go out at predetermined days to them.
It's interesting, too, because I know that you had other systems set up before that you were still reliant upon Aweber for your sequences, and I know you weren't very happy with that. So I remember asking you a few months ago. I was like, Brett, like, are you still using that? You're like, no, I'm using my own software now.
Yeah. I had other platforms, and I when I originally made the plugin, I didn't need sequencing, and then when I wanted to do sequences, I had the plugin didn't do that, so I had to go back to Aweber, and I was like, well, this sucks. I don't want to do that, so I put sequencing in the new version.
Cool. And I know it has a bunch of other features here as well that go along with it, including being able to send unlimited emails. Like, you don't have any restrictions or anything. Like, are there any other restrictions? Anything that we should know about that?
No, you can have unlimited emails. You can have unlimited lists. You can have unlimited follow-up sequences. There are no limits on things like that. And yeah, you're right. I mean, we can go through all the new features, but I'll just suffice it to say that after 2 years of using the system and other people using the system, I made a list of all the things that people were asking for and integrated just about everything. It would take forever if we listed them all in this call, but so we'll just suffice it to say that I listened to everybody's feedback and integrated just about everything that they asked for.
One of the things that I hear over and over and over again is from people that I don't know how educated they are on this. It might just be things that they hear on the street. But one of the things I hear is that if you try to use a system other than Aweber or GetResponse or any of these other big companies out there, that your delivery rates are going to go really down, like way down, or you're going to get blacklisted. What's your response to those people?
Well, my response is I know for 100%. I know for 100% for a fact that that's not true. I've been mailing from my own domain, from my own hosting for over 2 years. I've made, I think it's safe to say that I've made millions of dollars doing that. I would actually have to add it all up, what I've made over the last 2 years from just email marketing. But given that I make 7 figures per year, it's very safe to say that I've made millions of dollars mailing from my own domain. It's 100% not true. This is one of those things that people say, and the reason they say it is because they heard it. It's like that urban myth, like, people say it, but only because they heard somebody else say it, and those person said it because they heard somebody else say it, and nobody really knows where it came from, and nobody ever actually tests, because we all know that it's true because everybody says it, but it's not true, right? Yeah. So that's the thing of it. One of the things that these big autoresponder companies have, it's a big part of their job, is they do constantly have to be dealing with the blacklist companies. Their IPs get blacklisted all the time. And that's actually why if you're using, say, a third-party autoresponder, Aweber, GetResponse, MailChimp, whatever, you'll notice that sometimes you'll get a lot of bounces for no reason at all. It's like, wow, why did I get all these bounces? What the heck happened? When that was actually happening to me, back when I was using this platforms, I actually called Aweber up specifically, and I said, why am I getting all these bounces? And they had told me flat out, they were quite honest about it. I'll give them credit for that. They said, well, one of our IPs got blacklisted. It's nothing for you. We got our support staff working with the companies. We're fixing it. We're going to get rid of the bad users. Don't worry about it. Okay, that's good. And you see, they're constantly doing that fight. They're constantly fighting with the bad users that get in their system. Because anybody could sign up for Aweber, right? I mean, they don't like vest you or anything. They don't like give you a questionnaire and say, are you a good person, right? Anybody could sign up for Aweber. And sometimes they get a spammer in. Sometimes the spammer does things that they're not supposed to. They send junk emails and Forex offers and links to porn sites, and people click spam, and that hurts Aweber. That hurts everybody in Aweber. So they're constantly fighting to get rid of those bad users and to explain to the blacklist companies, hey, we got rid of the bad user, put our rating back up, stop blacklisting us, right? And here's the thing. If you are using your own IP, your own hosting, you're not going to get blacklisted because you don't have other people coming and doing bad things. As long as you're not a bad person. Now, if you're a spammer, you're going to get blacklisted in like 2 days, okay? But if you're not a spammer, then you have nothing to worry about. And as a matter of fact, if you're not a spammer, it's even better for you because you don't have to worry about somebody else coming into the platform and hurting you.
It's interesting. On a side note, I started using MyMailit after Brett created it, and I went out there and I started using it. I remember the other day I was seeing you. I'm like, Brett, I'm actually getting better opens and better clicks, and you were like, Mike, of course you are. It's not like these other platforms. It's not like Aweber and all these places have like some magic superpower. They've kind of made us and brainwashed us into thinking that, but it's not true. Like, we can get better open rates, better click rates, and have our businesses be more secure by separating ourselves from that and having control of our own business. You were talking earlier too about how you were scared, or you were like didn't want to have all your business in someone else's hands. If one of these companies shuts you down, your business is gone. Like, I was scared about that too. I was thinking to myself, if my account gets banned on these other third-party systems, I don't know what I'm going to do, because without my email list, I'm screwed as well. So you've made me sleep a little bit better at night now, knowing that I can take full control of my business using the power of MyMailit. Now, Brett, I want you to show us inside here. Bring us in. I know you've been itching to show us exactly how this all works. And I think you're going to send out a special email today live on the call.
Yeah, I was actually going to send an email out about 10 minutes before we decided to do this call. So I was like, why don't I do it live on the call and show everybody how it works, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Can you see my screen?
We are in.
Okay, so this is actually the MyMailit dashboard. To start off with, I want to show you some of the emails that I've actually sent. This is the most recent one. This is a promotional email that I just sent. Brett Rutecky, I'm going to put you in good hands. This was actually an email that I sent promoting a product by Bill Hugel. If I go ahead and I click on emails, you can see a list of all the emails that I've sent. You can see there's a whole lot of them. I've been sending with this platform for quite a while. I go ahead and click on view messages. And you can see this open rate. This is actually, I'm going to be honest, like I think we almost got like a bad one to show you, like off the bat. I feel like a little bit bad because this is actually slightly low for me. 18% open rate is actually a little bit low for me. I got an 18% open rate and a 29% click rate. So I sent out 11,475 emails. And I've got 2,078 unique opens. So 18%, like I said, is a bit low. But and probably most people that are watching this and that are in the industry know that 18% is actually quite high.
It's ridiculously high.
It's low for my Mailit system.
I was just talking to an affiliate a few days ago, and he was telling me that he's getting something like 4 to 5% open rates. So, and he's a big, I'm not going to name him, call him out on the call, but he's a big affiliate marketer and product creator. He's in the same niche as you, and he's getting 4 to 5% open rates.
So here's another one that I just sent, that I sent a couple of days ago. You can see 19% open rate, 41% click rate. You can see the tracking here. The system will actually track when people open and when people click, going back the last 7 days. So you can see what kind of response rate you're getting. And of course, if you want to, you can go ahead and view who opened this message or click this message, unsubscribe this message. Let me go ahead and show you some more, just so you can see that this isn't just a fluke. This is something that happens all the time. Here's another 19% open rate, 47% click rate. I'll show you another one. Here's 20% open rate, 51% click rate. And I can go on and on. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me go over all my emails. I think you guys get the point. And the point being that I consistently get good, solid open rates with this platform. And I'm going to show you one of the reasons why I get good, solid open rates. Before I will show you how I send an email, I'll show you some of the features, but I want to get one thing real clear, because I know that people are really sticking on that, hey, if you don't use Aweber, you're going to get screwed. And Aweber has some magic trick that gets you inboxed and stuff. So I'm going to such good open rates. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to Mail Tester. This is actually a system. It's a third-party system. They're one of the check companies, one of the watchdog companies, and what they do is they test, you can see right in their header, it's perfect, test the spamminess of your emails. So they test your emails and they test to make sure that you're sending them out the proper way on whether or not you're going to get inbox. They rate you between 1 and 10 then when you send your email. So I'm going to go ahead and send list of subscribers at open. I'll send to Mail Tester. Let them check the score here. It takes a couple of seconds.
And no, Brett isn't taking a hit from a bong.
No, I'm smoking my vape there. Yeah. Somebody asked me that on a webinar once. They're like, are you smoking the bong? They're like, I'm hitting the bong too. I'm like, oh, I'm not. Now look at that score there. And you just saw me do this live.
10 out of 10. Love it.
Perfect 10 out of 10 score. And you know what? I didn't have to like pause the video to make sure the score was going to be good, because I knew it was going to be perfect 10 out of 10, because it's always perfect 10 out of 10.
Nice.
If you actually go over here to senderscore.com, we'll go ahead and put in my IP address. I just want to get this part out of the way because I want to alleviate everybody's concerns. Oh, it's going to ask me for a captcha. I didn't log in anyway. Let me go ahead and reset this so I can log in.
This is another website that tells
this company actually checks your domain. Now everybody said if you send from your own hosting, you send from your own domain, and if you don't say from Aweber's domain, or you don't say from Mailchimp's domain, or somebody else's or some big name system's domain, you're going to get flagged as a spammer. This company actually monitors domains, not specific emails. It monitors your specific domain's reputation, your overall reputation. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually check. I've been sending from brettrutecky.com for 2.5 years now. And I know people seem to think that you're going to get blacklisted if you start sending from your domain. Let me go ahead and check my reputation. You can actually see here are my IP addresses, and you can see I am a very high volume sender. Of course I am. I'm an email marketer, right? Mm-hmm. My IPs are very high volume senders. Look at my scores, 95 out of 100, 99 out of 100, 95 out of 100, 98 out of 100. 100 is perfect. Anything under 80 is considered a bad domain. I am nearly perfect. And honestly, you can't ever get perfect on this platform because these are one of those guys that believe that nobody's perfect. 99 is about as good as it ever gets, okay? So I wanted to show people right from the door that what you hear, that whole thing that you hear like, oh, I have to use Aweber or else I'm not going to get inboxed. It's a lie. I want everybody to understand that. All right, so let me go back to the platform. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get that out of the way because it's so important.
I'm glad you showed that.
Yeah, I understand that it's just such one of those misinformations that are going around that really, really hurts people. And it bothers me that people are believing this misinformation and paying these high monthly fees when they don't have to. All right, so let me go ahead and send an email. Show you guys how to send an email. I'll go ahead and click on New Message. First thing it's going to do is ask me to schedule date. When do I want it to go out? Well, I want it to go out today. What time do I want it to go out? Let's send it out at 11 a.m. What list do I want it to go out to? My review list. And then my subject, I'll call it Brett Rutecky. Sign up for the live MyMailit webinar. Let's call this pre-launch webinar. Now, I already wrote my email, so I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me like write an email. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy it and paste it in here because I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here while I write an email. I'll copy this link though. I want to make this clickable. And this is a fully WYSIWYG editor. So it's what you see, what is what you get. If I can copy it right. I'll go ahead and make this a link. So that way the system can track the clicks. Okay. And I want to make this text a little bit bigger. As I said, it's fully WYSIWYG. You just highlight it, adjust it.
You get to spy a little bit on what Brett does, guys.
Yes, this is how I do it. Now, if I want to, I can go ahead and send a test email out to myself. So I can go ahead and enter in my email address. So maybe I want to make sure that it's formatted right, make sure there's no, the link is correct. I want to actually click on it. And I always like to send a test email because the last thing you want to do is send an email and realize that you mistyped the link. So I'm going to go ahead and send a test email out to myself. We'll go over to Yahoo, make sure it came through, make sure everything's good.
It's one thing I always do too. I always test that link because I think a lot of email marketers have made the mistake of sending an email and then later on finding that it wasn't the one that you wanted to send. So make sure you test that out.
Yeah, and since this is an actual live email in my business that I'm showing you, I have to do an actual test, guys. Sorry about that. So everything seems to be working fine. The link is good. Okay, so now that's all done. Now I set this and I scheduled this to go out at 10/2/2018 at 11 a.m. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Save Message. And that's it now. I don't have to do anything else. You can see there's the message subject. There's the status. The status is going to show me when it's going to go out because it hasn't been sent yet. I can go ahead and edit this. I can delete this if I decide I don't want to send it, or I can do what I'm actually going to do right now. I'm not going to wait for 11 a.m. I'm just going to send it out right now. So I'll go ahead and click on Send This Message. Yes, I do want to send it. Give it a second to load this up. And there you go. Now it has now been sent. Now, MyMailit will send out based on the speed that I have set in my throttling. So if I actually go up here to the settings section, you can see these are my server settings here, and I have my throttling set at 200 emails every 60 seconds. So I have 11,000 emails. MyMailit will now send out those emails that I've just queued up here at the speed at that speed, 200 emails every 60 seconds. You can set the throttling based on your server, your hosting, or your SMTP relay, whatever you're using for the actual sending part. You can set the throttling that they allow you to have.
Cool. I know that you've got it. Oh, here we go. It's showing the sending process there. So those should send out based upon the throttling that you have there. Those should send out over the next hour, right?
Yeah, my throttling is set at about 200 every 60 seconds. I have about 11,000. It's take about a little under an hour for it to actually send out all my emails. So it says 1% because it was about 30 seconds. Or it sent 200 emails. It must have been about approximately a minute since I sent that message. And it's now sent out 200. And it will keep sending out until they're all sent out over the next hour based on the settings or the speed that I have set up.
Can you show some of the other things that are included on the front end, Brett, and any the other tools that are included in the initial offer?
Yeah, so one of the things that people had asked for initially as well was sequences. And we talked about sequences a little bit before. They wanted to be able to send out email sequences. For anybody that doesn't know what an email sequence is, that's where somebody opts in to be on your list. And then you have a preset system of emails. So maybe 8, 10 emails that go out at specific days. So usually you'll have a sequence offering them a series of offers. So they opt in, they get a free gift, and you have a series of offers offering them things later on. And the great thing about sequences is that they're fully automated. You don't have to do anything. You just get the opt-in, you send the traffic to your squeeze page, you get the opt-in, and then this platform does the rest, sends out all those emails for you, hopefully getting sales for you as well. So the original plugin version, Mailit, did not have sequencing. And the reason it didn't have sequencing is because I always built stuff for my business. And at the time when I built the plugin, I didn't need sequencing in my business. But as time went on, I needed sequencing. My customers needed sequencing. So the MyMailit cloud-based version does have sequencing. So if I go over here, you can see the sequencing. Sequencing is very easy. Go ahead and click on Create New. Enter a name for your sequence. Select the list that you want your sequence to go to. So, for example, I have a MyMailit Early Bird. So anybody who signs up for that MyMailit Early Bird list will get that sequence. They'll get this automated sequence that I'm about to create. And there's what I call a redirect list. So what happens is with the redirect list, after somebody finishes going through the sequence, you can actually put them on another list automatically as well.
I like that feature there because something that that Brett does is what he'll do is he'll have people that initially get on his list, he'll have them go through an autoresponder sequence where they go through and see all of his products, and he's able to make more money from that and build a relationship with them. And then you automatically, after that, you can put them on your main broadcast list so that you can then start being able to continue your normal review process of affiliate marketing, making money with them as well. And it's a real easy transition because you don't have to do it manually. It just all happens in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I did it for. I wanted new subscribers to see all my products before they start seeing products I review. So that's exactly what I do. They see all mine, and then they get on my review list. And there's a lot of uses. That's the use that I use. But there's a lot of times where you want people to go through a sequence and then eventually get on some other list instead. And manually doing it is just impossible. I mean, well, I guess you could do it, but who wants to sit here all day copy and pasting emails? The heck with that, right? So the sequence is, once you create your sequence, you can go ahead and here, and you can click on the list emails in the sequence. So I'll actually show you one of my actual sequences here. Click on that. And you can see all the emails that are in this sequence. So the send day is the day after they sign up that it'll actually send. So if they sign up on today, 2 days later, they will see this email, and 5 days later, then 8 days, 11, 14, so on and so on. And then you can just go ahead and add new emails anytime you want with the new send day anytime you want. And the send days, you can actually send up to 6 months after they opt in to be on your list. So you can have the sequence emails go from anywhere from 0 days, which is immediately, to up to 6 months. And you can have as many of them in here as you want. You can have it every day, every week, whatever you like. One of the things that I actually added in here, because a beta tester asked for it, was this reset stats. So what he was actually doing is he was sending people to the sequence, and every once in a while he'd want to reset his stats and see what the new people are doing, what the new, what the send and the opens are. So we actually added that in there.
It's pretty ridiculous, by the way, everyone. I want you to point this out, where it says sent 124, opens 105. That's, what's the percentage on there, Brett? 90% open rate on that?
Yeah,
that's
I'd have to do some math, but I think that's about an 80% open rate, yeah.
That's crazy. And then even, I mean, it's normal that those open rates are going to go down as things go along, but I mean, it's pretty steady there. I mean, it goes, some of them are a little less, but it's still, pretty ridiculous, those open rates that you're getting there. Nice work.
Yeah, here's the sequence for the MyMailit early bird people. Check that out.
Oh, wow.
Sent 416, opened 405.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, and yes, as you said, as the longer and this is just a thing of marketing, the longer your sequence is, the less your opens are going to be, because people kind of get bored with you after a while, to be honest with you. So that's just a part of it. Now, of course, if you're going to have sequences, and you're going to, you have to have opt-ins. If you're going to have opt-ins, you have to have a way for people to opt in. You have to have some kind of form or something for them to opt in. And one of the things that I really hated about the existing platforms is that their forms are freaking ugly. They're these horribly ugly forms, right? And you get this huge, long bit of code with all this CSS and HTML in it, and you put it on your site, and it's like, really, that's what I got? This ugly form from 1999? All right, you're kidding. So I built I don't want to sound conceited, but I built a good form builder for everybody. So if you actually go over here to the tools, you can go ahead and click on Form Builder. And I thought, what could be a better form builder than a drag and drop form builder? Why make people fill out all these settings and stuff like that? Why not just have a fully drag and drop form builder? So that's what I did. If you actually go to the MyMailit.com, you can see there's a early bird sign up page, and I built that form with the drag and drop form builder. So here it is right here. And this is completely drag and drop. So if I want to move something, move some text or change it, I go ahead and just click it and move it. If I want to add, say, a new clip art or something, I just go ahead and drag in the clip art widget, and I can add in new clip art. If I want to edit something, I simply right click on it, and I can go ahead and edit it then. And of course, I realized that, okay, giving people a drag and drop form builder is nice and all, but if they're not artistic, that's not really going to help them all. They're still not going to be able to build up really nice forms. So what I did was I had my graphics designer make a whole bunch of templates, so that way they can quickly and easily get started and build these beautiful looking forms. And I think that's important, because if your form doesn't look good, you don't look professional. If you don't look professional, you're not going to get opt-ins. I mean, you're going to ask somebody to give you their email address to get your free gift, and your form looks like crap. Well, if your page doesn't even look good, imagine they're going to say, well, why would I even want this free gift? It's probably junk. Look at the page he's sending me to. So I felt that it was really important to have these high-quality opt-in forms for people, because you need to look professional if you actually want to get opt-ins.
Those forms, Brett, how can you implement them? Where can you put them? How does that all work?
So once you go ahead and create your form, let me go back to the main dashboard here. You go ahead and you click on the code button, and it's going to ask you how you would like to implement your code. If you would just like a standard embed code, you can go ahead and click on that and just copy this. There it is, one line of code, not 10,000 lines of CSS. If you can go ahead and click on code, you can also make it a two-step opt-in if you want. So if anybody is familiar with the two-step, that's where you click on a button and then it opens up your form in a pop-up. This actually will integrate two-step opt-ins. Just go ahead and click on a two-step opt-in, select the stock button. It even gives you buttons for your two-step opt-in. Pick the button that you want, click on use this button, and copy and paste this code into your website. If you want to use a auto open or an auto open, so for example, when people leave your website, it automatically shows the form like a pop-up, or an on exit, you can use one of these other options as well. So there are multiple options to integrate your form depending on what kind of marketing you want to do.
And you can put those on, I'm assuming, like HTML, WordPress, and like if people have, I don't know, like funnels or whatever, can you put it on anywhere that you want to put it on?
Anywhere you can paste some HTML code, yes, absolutely. Okay.
Cool.
Oh, look, we got some opens from our email that we just sent already.
Don't sound too surprised.
No, I know, it's just we're only 19% sent. You can see it's sending though. There's the email that we sent. We're 19% sent, so we're still going with it. It'll take about an hour, but I just wanted to show people the system actually doing the sending. So that was pretty neat for them. Is there any questions?
What other tools? Yeah, I think if you wanted to, I think there's some other tools that are included on the front end there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can ramble on about the settings and stuff and the features forever, and because this is my baby. I've been working on this for a long time. I didn't want to bore you or anything, just showing like the tech features and stuff. I didn't want you to get all bored with it or anything. So if you actually go here, you can go to the list reports. You need to have reporting. You need to see like how many opens and how many clicks you're getting and tracking and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and generate a report for my review list. You can see it's going to go ahead and it's going to show you my 10-day new subscribers. It's going to show you my unsubscribers, and it's going to show you my opens and my clicks over time. This is the email that I just sent. You see it's really low because we just sent it, so we don't got a lot of opens and clicks. But if we actually go, you can see generally I get a lot of opens here using the MyMailit platform.
And you don't have a huge email list.
No,
comparatively, I mean, maybe to some people watching 10,000 would be a lot, but if you compare it to some of the guys out there with like 30,000, 40,000 email, like subscriber email lists, you get even better. You get more opens and clicks than they do.
Yeah, in this industry, my list is actually not considered particularly large.
Yeah.
Another feature that I put in, this was good. This is good for you to track like your own opens and your own clicks. But I wanted like a more interactive system, a more system that can give you like an idea of how your list is performing and how your marketing is performing. Because one of the problems that I had, and even like when you and I first started talking, you know this, I would message you and I'd say, hey, how many opens did you get? How many clicks did you get? It wasn't that I was being nosy and like wanted to get into your business. I just wanted to know if I was doing well. Like I had no measure to measure my results. Mm-hmm. You know, I had nothing to compare to. So what I did was I actually integrated this right here. It's a pretty cool feature that I like a lot. It's called the list checkup. So if you go ahead and you click on the list checkup, I'll go ahead and click on the beta testers list. Click on check now. And it's going to actually check your list for active subscribers, engaged subscribers, and uninterested subscribers. And based on the results of how your list is responding to your emails and stuff, it's going to give your list a health score. And what's really cool about this is it saves anonymously. There's no special data save, but it saves your score in the database. So that way you can compare your list health score to everybody else's list health score. So for example, you can see right now, the average score of all lists in the database is 42. So my score for this particular list is 62.5. So I know I'm doing above average with this list. So the things that I'm doing with this list, the people are liking it. They're emails. Do my less checkup and my score were to be 12, then the average is 42, I might want to change something. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not doing things the way they want, maybe, and that gives you a measure to compare your marketing results to everybody else's anonymously.
Cool. Okay, I'm not going to make you show us everything else here because there's tons of stuff that we could show here, unless there's something you really wanted to show before we move on.
No, like I said, we can sit here forever showing the features and stuff until, I don't want to do that for everybody.
Okay, so we've gone through there. We've shown the demo here. As far as what's included on the front end there, I want to be clear about that before we get into talking about the OTOs, because there are some pretty cool upgrades that go along with this. I just want to be clear what isn't and what is and what isn't included there. So as far as what's included on the front end, Brett, can you just really quick go through over again, like what exactly, like they get unlimited emails, unlimited imports, they can send as many emails as they want there. They get the, like all the things that you showed them, they're going to get on the front end.
Yeah, there's nothing that I showed that they're not actually going to get on the front end. I wouldn't have showed something that requires an upgrade. And I actually skipped some really cool features that you might have seen on the screen that I didn't click on and it didn't show you because they're part of the upgrade. And I didn't want to do that. I don't want to trick anybody. So on the front end, you get unlimited lists, unlimited emails per list. You can send out or unlimited subscribers per list. You can send out an unlimited number of emails. Okay. You get unlimited follow-up sequences, unlimited list reporting. You can build unlimited forms, and of course, all your reporting, your stats tracking and stuff, you can use that without limits as well. So basically, you get an unlimited autoresponder on the front end.
And this is all cloud-based, and we take care of all that hosting for you. So it's a one-time fee during the launch period. So you guys can get in. You're going to be able to get into at a really ridiculously low early bird price on that. Of course, that price will go up throughout the launch there, depending upon when you are watching this video here. Now, we do have a few OTOs here and a few upgrades. Let's talk about the first one here, Brett. The first upgrade is the premium version. Do you want me to cover that, or do you want to go over that?
I can talk about it. You know what they are. I can tell you what they are. So the premium version has a couple of things. It changes a couple of things. First of all, it allows you to send 30 times faster. You send your emails 30 times faster. So you can see when I had my throttling, I was sending 200 emails per 60 seconds. Mm-hmm. The front end version, I'll be completely honest, I'm not going to try to trick anybody. The front end version is limited to 8 emails per 60 seconds. It's as fast as you can send. Okay, which is fine. If you've got a list of a couple of hundred or even a couple of thousand, that's perfectly fine. But if you've got a larger list, you might want to send faster, like I do. I send faster because my list is in the tens of thousands. That would be the Pro version. The Pro version allows you to send out faster. And incidentally, I feel that that's a fair upgrade because faster sending uses more server resources. This is a one-time fee, right? It's not like you're paying me every month. Mm-hmm. So I believe that is a fair upgrade to charge so that you can use more of my server resources, right? The second part of the Pro version is that there's no branding at the bottom of the email. We're completely honest about this as well. When you send out an email as a front-end user, at the very bottom, there's a small link that says powered by MyMailit. I actually got that from MailChimp. MailChimp does that. Mm-hmm. A little link that says powered by MailChimp. They have a big graphic with their monkey on it. But I don't do that. I'm not going to put a graphic. That's silly. But there's a small link that says powered by MyMailit. And the only reason I do that quite simply is because, again, I'm not charging you a monthly fee. I have to have some compensation for not charging you a monthly fee. You don't want me to, you don't want me to go out of business next month, right? Okay. But if you would prefer not to have that little branding on the bottom of your emails, you can go ahead and pick up the upgraded version, and that branding is removed. The third thing that's a part of the upgraded version is the done-for-you lead pages. So done-for-you lead pages are just as you've heard. They're done-for-you lead pages. You pick the product that you want to give away. Incidentally, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of products that I'm giving you to give away. pick the product that you want to give away. You pick the list that you want the opt-ins to go to, and that's it.
Can you share your screen and show that? Because I think that's a really cool feature, one of the coolest ones in this OTO.
Yeah, I'll share the screen here. I didn't show it initially, again, because I didn't want to trick anybody. I didn't want anybody to think that that was a part of the front end when it's not. So I'll go ahead and show it, though. Tools, you go and click on Done for You lead pages. I'm going to go ahead and set up a page, right? So I'm going to call this Demo for Mike. This is just for me, just so I can remember what it was. I'm going to go ahead and click the lead magnet that I want to give away. There are currently 3 that I can choose from. Jack Jacker, currently viewing or slide capture. I got to give away my Jack Jacker WordPress plugin because people like that a lot. I want to add people that opt in to this. I want to add them to my review list. So I'll go and click on review list, click on create page. There it is, Demo for Mike. There is my lead page. All done. Videos, opt-in form, everything is all done. When people go ahead and opt in, they'll actually be taken to a thank you page that's already pre-created. They can download the plugin that you didn't have to build or support or update, and the lead will go on your list. And that's about as easy as it gets to have a lead.
It's the easiest way that you can build a list. A lot of people are always trying to figure out what are they going to use for a lead magnet, and this is also hosted by the platform, correct?
Yes, it's hosted by the platform. If you want to cloak the link or something like that, you're more than welcome to do that. But it's hosted by the platform. I was going to put a page builder in this, and I was like, you know what? There's a lot of page builders. The world doesn't need another page builder. What the world needs is an easy way for these people to build a list. Mm-hmm. And I figured this is about as easy as it gets.
Awesome. Yeah, and this is one of my favorite features of this as well. Thanks for sharing that with us there. So that's the first upgrade. Again, you guys get to send your emails up to 30 times faster. You also get to send to unopens. I don't think you mentioned that there.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that. I apologize for that. When you send out an email, if you want to send to your unopens, again, that is a part of the pro version. And again, I'm going to be quite frank. The reason that's part of the pro version is because the system scanning through all the emails in the database and picking out the ones that didn't open yours is quite server intensive. It uses a lot of server resources. So if you're going to use more of my server resources, I think, especially given that this is a one-time fee, I think it's only fair to ask that you pay a little bit more initially.
Cool. Okay, so that's the first OTO there. The second OTO, I know this is one that's close to your heart.
The second OTO is the agency access. So agency access is, I like to do things for people. I mean, I realize that there's a lot of work in this industry. You can even see just like from the Done For You lead pages. I realize there's a lot of work in this industry, and I really want people to take action. I really want people to be successful. So I figure the easiest way to help people be successful is to do as much of it as possible for them. As more I can do for people, the better it is for them, the more likely they are to be successful, right? Especially since I know how to do things very well, okay? So one of the best things that I do is, obviously, I sell software. That's one of the most profitable things I've done in my online business is sell software. And I realize that other people should probably be selling software too, but other people aren't software developers like I am. So I created what I call my agency access system. Agency access is basically reseller rights, but I don't call it reseller rights because it's done in a way that nobody else ever does, that nobody does it anything like I do. So generally speaking, when people give you reseller rights, they give you a whole bunch of code and they say, here you go, figure it out, have fun, put this on your server, good luck and everything to you, right? I don't do that. What I do is I have a system where you can copy your JVZoo buy button from JVZoo. It takes about 30 seconds to set up. For me, if you're new, it might take you 2 or 3 minutes. But if you can copy and paste some settings, you can create a buy button in JVZoo. Take your code from JVZoo, you put it in the agency dashboard, and then your buy button will show on my sales page. So you can actually sell my software. You can sell the MyMailit platform as if it was your own product. It is your listing on JVZoo. This means you get 100% of the money. This means you get the buyer's email address. I don't. This means you can attract affiliates. So when my launch is over and all these people are saying, hey, Brett, I want to keep promoting this, and I say, no, I'm not accepting affiliates. Go find some of the agency customers and promote for them. You can actually get the affiliates to send you traffic. It's one of the reasons why, it's one of the reasons why we do a 3-day launch. We do our launch for 3 days, then we step out of the way, let all the agents start taking over.
And this isn't something, I don't think you're going to be offering this forever. This is going to be one of those things that is going to be a very limited time.
No, it's not something I offer forever. It's something I offer during the launch. That's it. You get one chance, and that's it. It's over. So, if you want it, if you want to have a done for you software to sell, where I did all the work, they the support for you, then this is your chance. But if you don't take it, then you're not going to get it again. If you message me the day after the launch is over and say, "Hey, I want the agency," I'm going to say, "Well, you should have bought it yesterday," and not to be rude, just because I can't leave it open. I can't.
Cool. Okay, so that's OTO 2 there. There's one more OTO, and I'm going to cover that one here. The third OTO will be a live training that Brett and I are going to be doing together, where we're going to be teaching you how to go out there and actually do email marketing, how to build an email list, how to make money with that list, how to monetize that list. We'll be teaching stuff that normally we only reserve for the information for our high-ticket coaching students. We're going to be teaching live on the call exactly how we're both able to go out there and dominate affiliate marketing leaderboards, how Brett's able to completely, I think you have of all the people I know, Brett, you've moved up in the internet marketing world the fastest out of anyone that I know. Using tactics and tricks and methods that are both free and very low priced of building your email list that I think other people are going to get a lot of value from. So this is going to be a live training that you guys can sign up for. It's going to be really, really low priced. And if you want to pick that up and it's an optional upgrade and steal our secrets, then you can upgrade to that as well. Brett, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We've covered a lot of stuff here today. We're both really excited about this. As I know, like I said in the beginning, you've put a lot of time into this. This isn't it's just something that you kind of came up with just to sell to people. It's something that, like all of your products that you create something that is based upon a need in your own business. And I really think that this isn't just a product that's based on a need in your business. This product kind of is your business when it comes down to it.
I think I didn't mean to cut you off. I think that's an important thing for people to keep in mind too. Is I know a lot of times there's been other platforms that said this, that they're going to like, oh, you can mail from your hosting and stuff, and you can mail from your domain, or you can mail from your SMTP relay, never pay a monthly fee. And there have been others. Let's be honest, this isn't the first one, okay? But I think some of the other ones that people have used it, and it was like, oh, this is really great for a month or two, and then after that, like it kind of vanished, went away. Nobody supported it. Nobody updated. The thing I want people to keep in mind is that, like you had said, this is my business. I really send every single one of my marketing emails from this platform. It's not going to go down. It's not going to crash. It's not going to disappear because I don't plan on going out of business anytime soon. Okay? And my business is reliant on this. I would not sell somebody something that wasn't good enough for my own business.
Brett, thank you so much for coming on the show today. And if you guys are watching this and it's before the launch, there's going to be a link somewhere around here where you can sign up. We're going to be doing a special pre-launch webinar where you can sign up for that. Click on that link. And if it's after or during the launch and you're watching this, then that link should take you over to the sales page where you can check out MyMailit. Again, thank you so much for coming on, and best of luck with our launch.
Thanks, Mike.